Teams that we were talking about who really struggled last year were Williams. They are, though, a great British team with great pedigree, and they've got some fantastic stories.
Zandvoort in Holland, if you've ever been there, the pits where the trucks are totally separate from the pits where you do the race from. And when the race had finished, and I believe Alan Jones might have won that, all the mechanics wanted to get out of the area where the pits were and back to the trucks, and the police wouldn't let them. And a certain mechanic, who I won't name, thought it would be really clever to shake a bottle of Coke and open it in one of the policemen's faces. The gates open and the police were actually hitting anyone that had any team gear on them, particularly Williams. But Alan Jones heard about it, and he was actually marching down the pit lane to wade in and help, and had to be physically restrained.
Yeah, it really is a beautiful country. We've made our way down to the Williams garage. You can see behind us. The guys just making their final preparations. We've got around about half an hour to go till the start of qualifying. They are a great team, as I was saying, but they had a poor season last time around. But in the past, they've produced some great champions.
Look at the joy, the unbounded joy in the Williams area. British crowd, freak race.
Keke Rosberg, the world champion of 1982.
Nigel Mansell in front of the adoring British crowd. And I've got to stop because I've got a lump in my throat. The new world champion, Jacques Villeneuve. A race is never over until the driver's seen the checkered flag.
Yeah, but that was then. This is now. Patrick Head has gone, so Frank Williams is taking somewhat more of a hands-off role. As far as they're concerned, there's been a changing of the guard.
The car at your feet is built from 1,000 dreams.
We have hundreds of people doing incredible things every day.
This is how Williams F1 make their race car.
Williams is different to most teams as we do most of our work in-house.
It starts with an idea, as small as a spark, fighting to ignite.
The car never stays the same, it's a continually evolving thing.
But will the idea fly? A shape emerges, fluid and forming in the flow.
And then we'll create drawings for each component.
Minute detail, magnified, mapped out. These surgeons of speed give the idea its bones.
Draftsperson, perhaps more than artist.
The idea is scrutinized and computerized. The tyranny of Isaac Newton, his laws immutable, unchanging.
What gives me most satisfaction is when the sums work out.
Survival in the face of physics.
We tend to spoil the designers' imaginations because we try and bring it back to reality.
And so it passes into form and into the clutches of the doubters. These are the men who pull the wings off butterflies.
We get known as the make 'em and break 'em department.
From inception to proof, without a second to spare. The unbroken rhythm of the clock. It's 0 hour for the idea. It's time to make it real.
The designers design the parts and then we make them.
The build, as light as the idea itself, as strong as the belief. At the shifting frontier of the possible.
We're always looking at trying to take weight out of things to make things more racy.
But the unformed block is nothing without the sculptor.
Well, the whole thing's about the car. My life revolves around the car.
A heat haze of ambition, a shimmering track. In the distance, race day is roaring its demands.
The end date doesn't move.
This is Williams.
Radio check, Bruno. Pasta, that was good. That was perfect. Okay, copy that.
History lit the flame, which the team keeps alight.
Nice cool down lap. Nice cool down lap.
It just gives me a great thrill to work for a team that's got such a fantastic pedigree.
From spark of inspiration to composite perfection.
At the end of it, everybody sort of looks at each other and, yeah, we did that, we got that done.
The matrix of the motor car, made flesh by the will of a team. All this sits in these hands.
I am Pastor Maldonado, Formula One racing driver.
Hello, I'm Bruno Senna, driver for Williams F1.
The hundreds of hands, the thousands of hours, the thunder of thought.
But it's a wonderful sport, a wonderful challenge, and endlessly stimulating.
I think everyone in the UK is glad, or has a soft spot for Williams, and hope that they go very well this time around. Just as far as they're concerned, they've been going since 1977 in Formula 9 constructors titles, 7 drivers titles, including one for our very own Damon Hill, and 2 South American drivers in the Williams seats this year, Pastor Maldonado and a Senna back in a Williams car. They've been speaking to Natalie Pinkham.
Well, I'm joined now by the Williams drivers, Bruno Senna and Pastor Maldonado. With the team steeped in the history that Williams is, particularly with your uncle having driven for the team, how much of an honour is it to be a Williams driver?
Well, it's an awesome opportunity in the first place, and I think being in a team that has seen quite a few world champions drive for them is it's a great honour. So I'm really excited about this year, and since the start it's been flat out hard work, but we are, you know, it's work as usual, and whenever you're off the track, then you can think, oh, I'm driving for Williams. It's pretty cool.
Now, Pastor, as if you need reminding, you had 8 points within touching distance in Australia, more than the whole of last season put together, 3 more than the whole of last season put together. But you seem to have drawn a line under it pretty quickly and moved on and had a positive couple of days here in Malaysia. How did you do that, and how difficult was it?
No, not too difficult for me. I think we are living a great atmosphere in the team now. All together we are doing our best and pushing so hard to improve and improve. And the car is looking so great as well at the same time, and I had a great feeling this morning, so looking forward for the qualifying and this weekend.
I guess that's the crucial thing, isn't it, Bruno? Frustrating time for you also in Australia, but ultimately the car is feeling good and performing well, which is something that hasn't happened for a while at Williams.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the team, as Pastor said, is in high spirits. Everybody's motivated to keep pushing and to try and score some points if possible, and I think we are in a good position this weekend. The car seems to be competitive. Pastor was in the top 10 and I was just outside of the top 10. So hopefully we can capitalize on that in qualifying and have a very strong race.
Okay, so can we expect a top 10 qualifying for both of you?
I will do my best and let's see.
Excellent. Better go for it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've just been passed by Mark Gillen, their Chief Operating Officer. He's part of this this new regime, if you like. Adam Parr is in there as well, Mike Coughlin. Just last week, I was watching you, Damon, when we saw Pastor Maldonado crash out on that last lap. There's a bit that was sort of, you know, cringing at that.
Well, there's bound to be a bit of a soft spot, isn't there, for me? I mean, you watch the fortunes of your old team and, you know, you're kind of wedded to them. I had a World Championship with Sir Frank. It's been honoured by his country. They are very patriotic. Yeah. Sort of British team, really.
So therefore, I should be pleased to see that they're doing well. Do you feel that they've got the pace to challenge?
They seem to, don't they?
Yeah.
They seem to be looking very good. I mean, it's difficult to know quite why at the moment. I don't know if I get a sense that they're slightly surprised themselves, but they shouldn't be. There's a lot of hard work, but it does seem to be looking quite good. Absolutely.
They were chasing down Ferraris, weren't they, last week? I'd love to have more time to chat about Williams, but this is a sport that lends itself to some decent images, doesn't it, whether moving or stills. And this race has been going for 13 years now here at Sepang, and some of the best images taken by Formula One photographers Keith and Mark Sutton.